the 3 exercises that's going to be great for beginners for various reasons. But the first one is going to be what's up, guys? Hong Nguyen, OG Fitness. Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new, this channel is all about fitness for judo and martial arts for older guys. So I'm 46 years old. I got my black belt in judo, blue belt in BJJ. I've been doing martial arts my whole life. So let's get into this video. Today, we're going to talk about the 3 best exercises, in my opinion, for beginners who want to build strength for judo. Now, I'll read you guys the question and then we'll dive right into it. Do you have any strength training suggestions to complement judo, particularly for a beginner? Yes, I do. So the 3 exercises that's going to be great for beginners for various reasons, but the first one is going to be pull-ups with your gi. Okay, the second one is going to be judo push-ups, and the third one is going to be lunges. These 3 exercises, in my opinion, are very beginner friendly because 1, it's practical. You don't need a lot of equipment. Actually, there's only one of the exercises there, right? The pull-ups with the gi, where you actually need 2 pieces of equipment, but the other 2, you need nothing. So it's basically body weight. And because you don't need any kind of equipment, you don't have to go to the gym. Now, if you don't have something to hang your gi at home, well, you'll have to get one. That's the only drawback. But with that said, I think that having a pull-up bar in your home is the best investment in some kind of equipment for your health and for your strength training. I answered this question actually in a YouTube short, but I want to go more detail in this video about the exercises itself. So for the pull-ups with the gi, now why is this good? Well, because you need a lot of pulling strength. In judo, there's a lot of pulling going on. When you want to off-balance somebody, it's all about pulling them. So, going to the gym and just using, let's say, a machine, a pull-down machine, or just doing regular pull-ups is good for your lat muscles, but you want to develop your grip strength a little bit more. So what you need is something a little bit more specific. Then you could just use your gi in this case. And the way you go about doing this, you might not be strong enough at the beginning, so you could do this statically, or you could jump up into it, grab it, right? And then do slow eccentric. So let yourself go down slowly, or you could do the opposite as well, where you pull up really fast, and then after that, you just let go and jump back down, right? Now, if you do it that way, it's going to allow for faster recovery and you're just working on your strength. Now, if you do it the other way, where you're jumping up and then you're letting yourself go down slowly, okay, you're focusing more on the eccentric part of it, you're probably going to build more muscle, because that's the part of an exercise that actually destroys the muscle a little bit more. It stretches it out and it creates more micro tears, the eccentric part of the exercise. And so you could do it that way, or you could also just do it static. So at the beginning, jump up, stay there as long as you can, and when you can't, let go. As a side note, me with my bar at home, it's not that high. So when I hang on the gi, I have to bend my legs so that my feet don't touch the ground. But what I also do when I'm tired and I just want to work on my grip, right, is that I'll put my feet on the ground, bend my legs, and then after that, kind of help myself up a little bit. Not too much, like to the degree that I feel like helping myself. And then after that, I just continue to pull up. And then once I'm up, then I could get my feet off the ground. And then after that, I lower myself. Now, for the judo push-ups, what I like about these push-ups is that you're going through many angles, different angles throughout the whole exercise. And the emphasis is actually more on your shoulders, okay, and your triceps. Of course, your chest plays a role in it. And also at the same time, when you're doing this, you're working your shoulder mobility a little bit and your spine mobility as well. Now, I don't like to put too much emphasis on my chest, because I've had that before where I was doing a lot of bench press. This was many years ago when I actually wanted to get big. And I feel as though it did something with the mobility of my shoulders, man. Like I couldn't even touch my back properly. It was super tight here and it's kind of useless, in my opinion. Now, you want to look like a gorilla, essentially. So you want to have these massive forearms, shoulders, arms, and all that, but you don't, and traps, why not? but you don't want to have a huge chest because that actually kind of gets in the way, and it's kind of a useless muscle. Not useless, but I mean, the chest itself, it's really for this, right? And a little bit of here when you're pushing. But honestly, the pushing, it's going to come down to your shoulders, your triceps, your core, and your legs, okay? Functional, like pushing, for judo. And once again, you could do this fast, you could do it slow, you could do it moderately fast, moderate speed, or you could do it so slow or practically static. And the slower you do it, the harder it's going to be, the more time under tension. And it's a great way to build strength and endurance in your muscles for judo. Okay, the last one, lunges. Now, lunges, you want to do these bare feet. Now, the reason why is because you want to strengthen your feet and you want to build that mind-muscle connection with your legs. And it all comes from your feet because there's a lot of nerves and all that, right? Sensory input that goes through your feet. So the healthier and stronger your feet are, okay, the better off you'll be for injuries. And at the same time, well, you want to develop that, like I said, that mind-muscle connection. The mind and how it's connected to your legs, especially in this case. That's what we're trying to build here. And doing it bare feet has a lot of other benefits, but yes, that's we'll just stay here for now. Now, lunges, you do them, forward, backwards, side, cross. You could even do it static. You could do it slow. You could, move it around. You can make it faster. But yes, lunges is a great thing. And the thing is, make sure that your knees don't pass your toes. That's the only thing, and that it doesn't buckle towards the inside. So you have to develop a really strong connection with those legs. And these are great exercises and super functional when it comes to sports, athletic, everyday life. Like how often, I'm not saying that it's not good for certain things, but how often in your life in your everyday life, do you walk around and have to back squat? Not really, but the lunge, it's everywhere. Like when you want to bend over and pick something up, right? When you want to run, when you want to get out of your car, when you're going up the stairs, when you have to bend over and tie your shoelaces, even when you're going down the stairs. And for judo, when you're doing your randori or doing your exercises, you'll notice that a lot of times you're in that staggered stance and you got to bend up and down like a lunge. So it's good for you to go into full range and to be strong. And it's just such a functional exercise, movement pattern for sports, martial arts, and everyday life. Now the squat, it has its place to develop a lot of strength because you could stack the weight on and everything and you're nice and stable. But the thing is, you need to know how to do it properly because a lot of people hurt themselves doing the squat, going too heavy without perfect form and so on. So you kind of have to get a coach to teach you how to do that properly. I've injured myself doing heavy squats and heavy deadlifts. So that's why at this point, like now my back, I'm sure I could work, I could progress back into it knowing what I know now. But to me, it's beyond, it's not even worth it. That's what I'm saying. And if I had to do it all over again, squats, I would do Zercher squats. So Zercher squats, for those of you guys who don't know, it's having the bar in the crest right here of your elbow, right? So the bar's here, and then you essentially just hold on like this, and then you do your squats. And the reason why is because if ever it's too heavy and you fail, you just drop the weight, no big deal. And there's no compression on the spine. Like putting really, really heavy loads on your back, okay, and compressing that spine and going up and down, man, it's high risk and it's not worth it. Now, if I was a professional judo player, then yes, you kind of have to go there because it's part of the program. You have to develop that strength and all. But remember, you're young as well. If you're a elite level judoka who's on the national team and competing internationally and going for the Olympics and all that, so it's a different game. I'm talking for beginners, adults, or older guys, right? So you don't need to do that. And I think that you can if you want to, but you come back and see me one day in the comment section and you'll be like, oh man, you were right. I never should have did it, yada, yada, yada. But for those of you guys who are a little bit more coachable, so to speak, then yeah, I would say avoid it for now. Or forever. Guys, if you're liking this video, just give it a thumbs up, right? Subscribe and notification bell and all that. It really helps the channel to grow. And let's get back to the video. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know down below what are your 3 favorite strength exercises for judo as a beginner, for a beginner. Now, in my opinion, well, I already told you guys why these I think are the best, but I would like to hear what you guys have to say about it. There's no right or wrong way. It's going to depend on a lot of things, but these are my favorite ones. If somebody were to, with the limited information that I did have, which is essentially a beginner. So a beginner in judo and maybe a beginner in strength training as well. I took these exercises because, well, there's no equipment. Well, not a lot of equipment. You know, your gi and a bar. You don't need to go to the gym. It's body weight. It's safe. You could do this practically anywhere, except for maybe the pull-ups. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. So let me know down below what you guys all think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.